What episode is this? 41?
Could be.
Okay. We are potentially on episode 41 of Officially.
Unofficially.
And we've got a guest. It's our first returning guest.
Hey. Hello, mate.
I was the first guest?
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
First
You were
guest.
episode 10. We've done 30 eps.
So you've
since
only
then.
got
40?
40.
40.
Yeah, we're closing on 40.
Oh,
No. So,
Oh, since. Oh, Christ, that's
you
confusing.
both corrected.
So hang on, episode 10, 30 eps, and I'm back. So you've only got 30 friends.
Yeah, I wish we had 30 friends.
Ooh, it's been
Yeah.
you, Johnny Boy, and Geordie.
Oh,
You're the only non-Scot.
The big
oh, 3
Because people
friends.
return for us, so we're not like a cheap podcast like Chalk, so we don't need to have like guests to bring people. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay,
Like,
you guys are enough, you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chief Beef turned us
Yeah.
down, Rice turned us down, Joya, all the sort of
Yeah.
usuals. The
Oh.
ones who are begging to get on your
Was that
podcast.
public, or you just decided to out them there?
somebody turns somebody down, and we'd really rather not say. But this
Yeah.
is obviously we are in a location.
Yes.
We're in a place.
We are.
Out that window is Paris.
We're
Which is
also,
cool.
this is Paris as well.
This-
Doesn't it?
That's a good point.
Yeah, we're not in the embassy.
Legally speaking, this is also Paris,
Yeah.
which is very cool. It's very exciting. We're here for EWC Esports World Cup, which
Yeah.
is cool. But no one gives a shit about that because we're doing our podcast.
That's true. People watching this have got no idea what the Esports World Cup is. They might know chess. Magnus Carlsen's here. So
I'm
there you
seeing
go.
it as like they paid us to come do the podcast in Paris.
Handsomely, which is very kind of
So
them.
it's nice.
But we wanted to go through some of our biggest gripes that we've got. It's another Room 101, baby. We've got some big opinions coming through for things that we hate, and we need to convince the other two to pull the lever to send it into Room 101. CJ, as a guest, would you like to kick us off?
I would, and I've got a controversial one to kick it off because I
Love
think
it.
we should kick it off with a bang, and it's topical. The weather in Paris right now is quite
Okay.
warm. It's
is.
quite hot. We've had
Can
a lot
confirm.
of we've had a lot of hotel rooms from our fellow talent members that are quite warm. Your James Potts and stuff are up at night.
I will say this room isn't cool.
And it's quite warm in here.
We're
So
surviving. I don't know how you're wearing trousers.
I know. I'm ready to
And
go
a
for the day.
jacket. What the
Ready
hell,
to go
man?
for the day, but no, feeling good. Yeah, but speaking of the weather, and then we go to restaurants actually in Paris, and it's
Yeah.
like there's no air conditioning. There's no air conditioning. So one of my gripes, one of my big pet peeves actually, is my UK friends who just don't ever install air conditioning in their house,
Thank you. Come here. I'm with you on
and
this.
then complain.
wet.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I've moisturised.
Okay.
They're moisturised. It's moisturised.
Sorry.
I had a shower. It's moisturised.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, it smells like sweat.
What? And then complain about how hot it is and the fact that, we don't need air conditioning though because it's never usually this hot. But every year it's the same complaint. So clearly it does get that hot in the UK.
In our defence,
because I've heard about it since I was born.
Globey Dub-Dubs is getting intense.
in our defence, our train lines do the same with the winter weather. So every year it gets a little bit cold, and maybe there's like 2 days of snow, and they're like, "Fuck! Stop the trains! We can't handle
weren't prepared
it.
for
We
this."
didn't see this coming."
There's been 2 derailings so far, which is good in the UK of trains
Okay.
because of the heat.
Like it's
Which
expanding.
is fun. Yeah, so
Yeah,
and they
wow.
just fall off the tracks. So I have been a big proponent of AC for
Yes.
many, many years. Pre-COVID,
Yes.
I was saying just go out, buy an AC for like 200-300 quid,
Oh yeah.
and just even like hose out the window and
Yeah.
just get a portable AC unit. I'm completely on your side.
Thank you.
'Cause I've tried to convince
It's
my
not that
friends.
expensive.
Yeah, I've tried to convince my friends, honestly, for years, to buy AC. And every year they complain.
Yeah.
And every year I say to them, I'm like, I have no sympathy. Because I've told you every year, buy an AC. In like March or something,
Yeah.
just get it done.
But
And
if
don't-
they
don't
act
do
like
it.
it's $1 million. Like it's just a waste
It's
of
like
money.
it's
for
like
the one
200
day.
to 400 quid for a decent standalone one with the hose that goes out your window. And I got mine because because we're streamers and we do a lot of work
You
with
do,
lights
yeah.
on us.
And the
It's-
computer gets hot.
Exactly. It's sort of usable for, at least in the UK, maybe 4 months of the year. It's like really valuable.
For us, it is, yeah.
That's what I'm saying for
Yeah.
streamers. But for your layman, for your non-streamer watching on at home, you loser, you nerd.
Wage
What?
slave.
Yeah, yeah, enjoy the 9 to 5, bitch. For them, I can see why they're less bothered about it. But you're dead on that now we're in a world where I guess the apocalypse is happening. So if the apocalypse is happening, you got to sort of buy into the whole, like, the apocalypse is happening thing.
I just think that if you
Get some
don't
whip
have
protection
AC
from our
and you
overlords.
can buy it, like you
Yeah.
have the money,
Yeah.
it's
You
not
have the
that great.
resources.
You have the resources.
Yeah.
You cannot complain.
I completely agree with you.
It annoys me to nothing else.
My brother was that person who basically said every year, I'm not going to get one. It's like a
Why
few days
would
a year. It's not
Yeah.
worth it. I'm like, okay, I've done this fine.
Yeah.
I've been here. And I will be here when you buy an AC.
It's not like your AC is only a one-time use or a one-year
Exactly,
use. You can
yeah.
have it for 10 years.
And like I've got one where it's just like dehumidifying or like just a
the
fan
whole
or
shebang.
whatever. So you got like a few bits on there. And then this year, because it got to like 35 degrees in the UK for like a week. And then we thought, oh, that's our heat wave for the year.
Lol.
And honestly, 3 weeks later, there was another heat wave. At home, they're in another heat wave again. And in the
Shout
middle
out
of
the wildfires!
Sorry,
Woo!
the one in a century heat wave
The
that's
one
been happening every month.
the third one this year. And he ended up buying an aircon. And I didn't rub it in. I just said, good, I hope you enjoy it. And he then plugged it in and he said, this is a game changer. And I said, I know. Yes, you can obviously survive if you don't have an AC, but do you just want to be comfortable?
Yeah.
Do you just want to get your room down to 20 degrees at night?
Life
and just
is too
sleep in
short
that?
to not enjoy
Exactly.
air conditioning.
But it's like altitude training. Do you know what I mean? Like if you can hang out in an office and you're uncomfortable and you're sticky and you smell bad and nothing is
Yeah.
enjoyable, then maybe you get slightly better at running.
No, I think you're
Maybe
pathetic for not
you
taking...
enjoy the ice cream a little bit more. Maybe that sorbet just hits different.
No. Buy the aircon. Get it
I
done.
mean, we're in France right now, and they've got like some weird propaganda
You're peeking
thing.
a little bit, by the way.
They've got like some weird propaganda thing against aircon, which is really weird to me. We told a story yesterday about Johnny who was saying that his friend, who's American, was told by a French woman after the American friend suggested getting aircon to her, like, oh no, it's immoral. It's immoral to get aircon, and that's where I take yours
propaganda.
further. I
Yeah,
hate the
that's-
propaganda
that
against
is
it.
propaganda.
That's very
It's
silly.
like my grandma will she'll have like one light on as she enters and leaves rooms, and she'll turn off that light and turn on the next
To
light.
save 5 cents.
Yeah, she's like, no, not the money,
bitch.
just save the planet. She's like, oh, I've got to save the planet. And it's like,
Oh,
Grandma, that's lovely.
cow.
I mean, I'm glad that she's not a boomer that just doesn't give a shit.
Oh, can we
But
keep,
she's
can we
been
keep
led to
going
believe
down that track? Because I've got
my
another
grandma
pet-
being a moron.
No, just like saving the
Because
planet.
that comes up a lot.
Obviously,
I'm
paper
done, I'm
straws.
done with recycling.
Oh,
I'm done with
maybe
recycling.
that's a bit far. Like the whole recycling.
I'll put stuff because if like, do you have Tetra Pak in Australia where it's like like cartons, where,
Yeah.
and it's got like a different lining and it's got the fancy screw lid
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah,
or like,
yeah,
for like
yeah.
orange juice or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And they say, oh, that can't be normally recycled. You have to take it to a Tetra Pak recycling place. And I'm
I did not know that.
Well, you can go and fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Because I'm obviously not doing that. I'm putting that in my normal recycling bin, and I'm then putting that in my big recycling bin outdoors, and that's as far as I'm going.
Also annoys me when it's like there's a package that's like the lid can't be recycled, but the like that kind of stuff. Like, can you please
Interestingly,
deconstruct it?
yeah,
and
it's like
recycle
soft-
it?
Soft plastics are recyclable. It's
they
just
say
that the UK's infrastructure, and I presume Australia's infrastructure, hasn't sort of caught up to do
It's
it.
nonsense.
So there are countries where you can just shove in the cellophane, you can shove in the
I do all
plastic
of
milk.
that. I literally, I'm just like, I'm not
Fuck the power.
separating lids or anything. I'm just like, I'm sorry, it's all plastic. You're just gonna burn it anyway. I'm not. I'm very honestly. I'm so disenfranchised with what the impact of one person can do.
And I think with the paper straws, I think I've accepted them at this point because it's been so many years of.
I have never, and I will never accept
Well,
paper straws.
not accepted them, but I'm just dealing with it. You know, I might be the guy that doesn't buy aircon. I'm just dealing with it. But I'm not complaining.
Tell you what's
as
good
much.
though. I was gonna say, do you have the alternative?
But
Yeah.
when McDonald's started giving me paper spoons for my Sundays,
that's
What?
and it just tastes like I am eating a tree
Yeah,
instead of
cardboard
ice cream.
spoons.
That's
Cardboard
messed
spoons.
up.
UK too.
That's crazy.
Wooden spoons, I'm eating a tree instead of.
Oh, I hate wooden
it's
spoons.
disgusting.
I hate.
Yeah.
Do you hate wooden cutlery
It's like
as well?
eating a splinter. when
Yes,
I'm
thank
eating
you.
it. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
eat like lollipops
Yeah.
for the same reason, like Soleros and stuff like that. I won't have them because it's like you're licking wood.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Not in a good way.
Not in a good fun way that we did right before we started recording.
yeah, exactly. That's why we got him on here.
I will say though that a good reusable straw, or like the one-time use straw or whatever, have you had like the bamboo straws where they're like kind
They're
of
better.
it's like kind of see-through-ish brown
Oh yeah.
kind of thing, but they're like solid and they don't just absorb water or like,
They
they don't
turn to
absorb the
mush.
liquid. Yeah, they don't go mushy. And I think Saudi does that, and that's where that's good, and I like that a lot. 'Cause we've had them before.
There can be a problem with them though. They can splinter, and then you get like a bit like that, and then it's like
I'd still rather that.
it's better, but
Absolutely
they go
rather
wrong
that.
as well.
I've never had one go wrong.
No, fair. I think what I would do if I were to invent the straw, if I were to invent a suckable sort of like liquid at the bottom, mouth on top device, I'd probably do it out of plastic. Thinking about it, I reckon that'd be perfect because it wouldn't disintegrate in your mouth.
You think
And
we go
it's-
back to plastic?
I mean, I presume it's my idea. I don't remember a world when we had better.
Even metal straws aren't too bad, but it's still quite
It's very yeah, I get you. Well, tell you what. So this room 101 for what's the exact wording for your room 101? Because that's important.
UK people complaining about heat when they don't have air conditioning or something like that.
I've got my hand on the lever.
Yeah, I'll get rid of that as well. Team Aircon, sorry planet, get fucked.
Aircon or UK in the bin.
Mm-hmm. It is in the bin.
I've got one.
Yeah, go on.
I've got one that goes more on the line of it's a thing that I brought up on stream a few weeks ago. Twitch.tv/PubNHD. And I very much split the room with this. So big sentence, I hate mosh pits. Right?
Ooh, yeah,
mosh pits and moshing in general to the point where you are at a given gig. Yeah. I'll give you the story as to why this came up to me. You're at a given gig and your aim there when you're dancing is to fling yourself around somewhat carelessly and there will be punches and kicks and elbows and such thrown. That is how I would say is a mosh pit, typically right at the front of the gig as well. I think you have to be a small, sad individual to enjoy mosh pitting to that extent.
So I think blocking other people from doing it, not just yourself in one.
I'm saying that I would room 101 the entirety of mosh pits.
The concept.
Yes, because we spoke about this yesterday, I went to a Foo Fighters gig. Brilliant, loved it, fantastic. But it's now very much dad rock, right? Yeah. It is dad rock, and that's okay, but I'm very much locked into that. And I was a bit, not like that far back. I was kind of in the front third, but not at the front by any means. And there was also sort of gigs now that have kind of a catwalk kind of thing down the middle.
So they can stroll down.
Forward stage, yeah. I was about 15 people back from that, but then there was also the very front. So it's a bit like an odd spot that I was in.
The front's usually called the mosh pit.
Yeah, which is fine. And if people want to do, I say it's fine, but obviously I want to ban it for the sake of comedy.
They can stand there in silence and enjoy the music.
There was mosh pits breaking out around me, and I felt like I was in the middle of orbital strikes. And I was trying to make sure that I wasn't being near them because I don't like them anyway. But there was one that broke out 5 people to my right, and people on the edge of it were hating it. It was ruining their experience with some dickheads flinging themselves around. There was this guy literally shielding himself, and he had his kid and his wife and stuff. And he was shielding himself from these fully grown prick men jumping around and bouncing off the edge of the mosh pit and stuff.
You've given a very specific example of dickheads doing it. You could say the same about playing tennis.
You have to be a dickhead to do it.
No, but if you'd said to me oh man, I was at the mall the other day, right? And some people started playing tennis and swinging their rackets about, and there were dads protecting kids. The point I'm making, right? The point I'm making.
I think time and place for mosh pits.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That wasn't the time or the place. Just like tennis.
Foo Fighters
is just a no. And also, I'm somebody who I'm jumping up and down, all that. I'm obviously singing, dancing, and whatever. Yeah, I'm not fucking standing still. It's not a weird if you see American gigs, they just don't jump and sing and do all that.
You're just standing there.
It's weird. They just they stand there. They don't sing that much. They just go, and then it ends, and they go, woo.
Are you sure you're not thinking of North Korea?
I'm very sure.
They don't cry when Dear Leader walks
in. They'd be bumping.
They're very similar. Yeah, crying and jumping
it's very weird. But then apparently also in Europe they don't do it as much either. The UK and I assume Australia is very good for gigs where we're very singy, we're very jumpy, we're very whatever. And it's brilliant. I love that vibe at a gig.
Okay.
But then as soon as you've got just some twats that jump around, it and I think it's when they're affecting other people, it really gets to me.
It's such a specific thing about the time and the place, though, because, like I say, you've identified a very specific moment where they were knobheads for doing it. If there's dads shielding children...
Which, also, at the edge of every mosh pit I saw, there were people at the edge, being oh my, I actively hate this. And they were had their arms up. And I was like, that's a big move.
That's a big
move. Yeah. That's mental to do this.
Mental, but I think if you're at a screamo or a heavy metal sort of thing...
Contextually, I will give you.
Yeah.
If I'm going to a screamo or heavy metal gig... and then I'm annoyed at mosh pits, I'm the bad guy. I say that I'm the bad guy.
Like going to Wimbledon, being annoyed at them playing tennis. It's you're fine.
Really interesting
we have
analogy.
a New Year's festival in Australia called Falls Festival, heaps of different bands, different genres, everything. And then I've had times, this was when I was 17, 18, you go to a heavy metal one. But it's not really my shtick. Yeah. You're in there, you see this mosh pit, oh, that might be fun. Let's just run in there. Yeah. So I've done it before, but time and place. But if you're at Foo Fighters or something.
I think my issue was as well that there were these two guys that also tried to fight me at Foo Fighters.
Oh, okay.
And I was just again, I said this on stream, but there was the crowd kind of spread out a little bit for whatever people might have left. It's towards the end. and it's like 2 hours deep in. It's brilliant, great vibes.
Yeah.
And there were these two guys and then a couple that like pushed in between me and my wife. And I was like, oh, not super keen on this.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to make sure that like
There's a bit of
I'm
space,
with her.
find someone else. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I just want to make sure that I'm like behind her because then there's people jumping around, whatever.
Yeah.
So I then said, sorry, boys, like I just need to get through here. And obviously, I'm a tall guy. They probably didn't like the fact there was a tall guy pushing through.
Yeah.
But I was like, my priority, I'm making sure she's all good.
Yeah.
So I like kind of put my arm, you sort of put your arm like around the side
Just
of
to
something,
get,
kind of like.
you create a little path.
Yeah,
for yourself.
exactly. I kind of did
Ease
that.
them away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't shove at all because I thought that's just rude and annoying. And then they took so much offence to this. And they were going like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you in front of me for? I was like, I'm just here because I just want to make sure I'm with my partner. It's all good. There's obviously, you won't believe the amount of space that I'm not occupying at this gig. There's so many more places that I'm not.
You would not believe.
We're an Anfield, fella.
Yeah, like if you look everywhere, I'm not there. Like there's so many places.
See those seats? I'm not there.
I'm not.
I agree, I am here, but I'm not everywhere else.
I concede I'm here.
I'll give you that one.
And then, yeah, they were like getting like proper aggy at me, and then they, one of them, and also I'm like, a half a foot to a foot taller than both of these guys. So then they're like, he just kept like shouting at me in my ear, and I just turned and just said, "Quiet, just stop,
Power move.
just stop." Like, we're at a Foo Fighters gig. Like, I'm also pissed. I'm like, I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
I've been here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
This is brilliant. This is like a gig of my life.
I don't need
I'm
this.
not fighting. This is insane,
Right?
right?
The Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Leave it for the Fooey. I'm not
Exactly. I'm not a foo,
Yeah.
but I am here. And then, they ended up, one of the guys behind me was kneeing me hard in the back of the leg to try and get my leg to, like crumble.
And did you buckle?
No.
What a man. What a man.
I know. And I, every time I turned around, I said, what are you doing?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm not biting. I'm not fighting you. I don't know what's going on here. I said, look, there's so many places. We weren't packed in like sardines. They could have moved a foot to the side. It would have been okay. But then what annoyed me, he kept going, oh, it wasn't me. I was like, who the fuck else
Was he
is
on? Was he
Obviously it's
on La Cocaina?
I don't know. I think he was just a twat.
That's the vibe I get.
absolute child.
I feel like normally people like that at gigs are on coke or something.
Maybe.
Weirdly, the day when I went to see Ed Sheeran, also at a football stadium at Portman Road.
When you are allowed to mosh pit.
Exactly. So yeah, we were swinging
You're
about.
allowed to
I was
mosh
swinging
pit.
Linnea.
Ed Sheeran.
I was swinging Linnea around by her legs. We were all
Okay,
having a
that's
good
good,
time.
yeah.
But
Supermarket flowers.
so not for us, but there was like this group in front of us.
You know words that I used to before. Kneeing them.
You need me. But yeah, there was a bunch of guys that also seemed coked up, and they would like. There was a group of girls.
Coked up at Ed.
There was a group of girls that were not much taller than I, so like 5'2", 5'1", whatever, right? And they just literally went and stood in front of them on purpose. And they were like looking about, like their funny joke was to stand in front of people. But there's something about stadium gigs that
What is happening
encourages
in the UK?
knobheads. Genuinely, it's like, I think it's because it's like
Football vibes.
power, it might be football vibes, but it might be like taking the power or something. I'm not sure, but it's like buying into that hierarchy, which I would also say, by the way, is nothing to do with moshing. Moshing is 0% what you have just described. If you speak to any...
I disagree with this.
If you speak to anyone who is a mosher, who goes to gigs, who likes rock music of any sort of
twat.
genre, from heavy to light rock,
Yeah.
they will say those guys are tossers.
Listen, I'd pull the lever on 5 separate mosh pits at a
I agree.
at a
Yeah,
Foo Fighters
that
concert,
context,
but maybe
yeah.
not just mosh pits in general.
For the sake of a comedy podcast, I would like for us to ban mosh pits in general. I'd like for us to extend to it.
And because you could apply that for anything. No, I'm not going to give you
I
that
could apply
logic.
it to tennis at the shopping centre, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. That's it again. Tennis, I
No,
wouldn't
it's
put
just
in,
not-
but tennis at the shopping
the
centre, I
analogy
would
doesn't
put in
work.
because
Yes.
there's context to
The
things.
analogy doesn't
Something. That's what
work
we're
there.
learning today.
I don't know how your brain went there, like playing tennis.
Because it's a
So
ridiculous
mosh pits
thing. Just like
really
their thing was
in
ridiculous.
3, we're all pulling for mosh pits.
Yeah,
So pull in 3, 2, 1.
and we're leaving it there.
Absolutely
You
not.
didn't even hold the lever.
I'm not touching
That's
that.
insane.
I'm not touching that dirty
Gonna pull
lever.
the lever.
No, fuck you. Fuck you. Put it back.
Okay, so mosh
I'll push
pits
yours
survive.
back. They
Yeah.
do survive. They're
Yeah.
a beautiful thing,
Mosh pits survive.
shared between people of
And
the
I tell
same
you what.
vibe, a special place.
If you've survived to this point in the video, subscribe, drop a follow. We're on socials, we're everywhere. Make sure you follow CJ. He'll
Yeah.
also be linked in the description. It's a good time. We've got loads of episodes. We're doing loads of different content. We react to things. Enjoy it. Have fun.
And this is officially.
Oh, shit. Unofficially.
Oh, do you want to say your bit again? The best podcast on the
They've
internet.
only got 3 friends.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Oh, sorry.
No, let's go with that.
The best podcast on the internet. On the internet.
Yeah, Beautiful.
Sounds good, that.
Beautiful. Can I chuck one in to the pot?
You can.
So I'm watching a lot more YouTube recently.
I
as per
recommend still,
my-
you're quite peaky. If you shout
in?
less,
Okay.
you'll be all right.
So I recommend. I'm being watching a lot of YouTube recently, as per your recommendation.
Oh, yeah,
and-
I set Cole homework to watch YouTube. Because you don't watch it, just for context of CJ.
I do a bit
like,
more now. I do a little bit
No,
more
no,
now.
so as in like you didn't watch.
No, I'd
the
watch
things.
Netflix or I'd read. And then I'm trying to be in YouTube. I don't really know the
Oh, I
world.
read.
No, I don't even mean like that. I don't.
Twat.
You do that a lot to me, where I say something and you repeat it in the voice, and then I've said it in the voice.
I've just said it in the voice.
Okay, yeah. But YouTube,
No, to be fair,
you're watching
to be
YouTube.
fair, yesterday you did an impression of me doing that, and I was like, I didn't say it like that. And then after you guys walked on, I said to Johnny, my entire life that impression of me has plagued me. Because every individual sort of friendship I've ever had has always gone like, oh, I don't like hotel rooms.
I don't know. It's like I don't even try and do it. It's just like an automatic. You say
It's
something.
a
I
good
wanna
Cole
say.
impression. Good Cole impression.
It's the go-to.
It's because you scratch your nose up. They're like, oh, all right, read.
I promise that I didn't mean it like
That
that.
was like Jim Carrey becoming the Grinch. Like you became Cole perfectly. In that
Your
moment.
hair's turning ginger and you're getting better looking. Look at you.
Oh, that's
But yeah, point being is that like YouTube sort of creators and stuff like that, we were looking at a lot of them and I was like, who's this guy? So I was like, how can you not know
Do you know Filthy
Guantanamo
Frank?
6?
filthy friend. No,
You also know Filthy
This is
Frank?
the best moment of my life.
Pink guy
no.
and like Max Mofo and
Max
stuff.
Mofo, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause he's
Yeah.
So third, 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Well, Filthy Frank and Pink guy are the same guy. 1 out of 2.
You didn't
Yeah,
know the
I'll
person
probably
that you
say
were.
him.
Like
Because-
Joji, he's like he did like all the like hair omelet stuff back in the day. They're discussing, you know, like Max and Chad.
Yeah.
He did like, like
he
How
was
Sweet
that guy.
Basic and like all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I
I
know
watch a
How to
little
Basic.
bit more than Cole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
into
exactly.
that.
But that's like a specific. YouTube's a big place.
It
Thank
is.
you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What was the other? Do you remember the other YouTuber?
Fuck no. I can tell you one that I did.
Johnson.
I remember him.
Yeah,
Equals 3.
yeah.
I'll tell you one I
Equals
did
3.
watch this morning. I watched a 40-minute vlog of Zhao Ma, the guy who speaks the polyglot, the one who speaks like
Oh,
perfect
yeah, the white
Chinese.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a guy from the Amazon rainforest. Who
Yeah.
was like, like the tribe like walks around naked. Before he'd been into his tribe and he'd spent like a week there or whatever. And then he got a guy from the tribe who'd sort of been to town, so it's not like
Okay.
he was fully enclosed
Yeah.
in the rainforest or jungle. But he got him around Hong Kong. And they're just
Oh,
going around
wow.
Hong Kong looking at skyscrapers. And this guy was like, wow, are we underground right now? Are there buildings above us? It
That
was
must
really
be
good.
insane.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Recommend watching.
Did you
40
speak to
minutes.
him in Amazonian?
Less. They mostly spoke in Spanish. That was their
Oh,
middle
interesting.
language. Because
All right.
because I think he's the one who goes to towns and does business or whatever. So
Okay.
he's like, he's like the sort of bad business bitch of the tribe.
okay.
When they're looking at jaguars, he's like, I once spent £1 on on a beer, and they're like, wow, spent $1.
And a pound in Hong Kong and a beer in Spanish. Holy
But
shit.
he knew what beer was, for example.
Huge. Okay.
But yeah, he'd got like an iPhone for him to like contact his family, stuff like that. But yeah, it's really good.
iPhone.
So you've been
Yeah,
I
talking
doubt
about
his
YouTube.
legitimacy. What's he charging that shit?
That's a good point.
What the hell?
Yeah, true. Bought it off Amazon.
Say your story.
So I'm
YouTube.
catching up on more YouTube. And one thing that really bugs me, right, is everyone knows that YouTube videos, they want to extend their length as long as possible, like I just did. Thank you for the
Yeah,
ad
10
revenue.
minutes more ads. or something.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right?
I think that was like a back in the day YouTube thing. Is like it was 10 minutes, and
Sweet
then
spot.
you could then have mid-roll ads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh yeah.
But what really bugs me is in the intros, which I like, where they summarize what's going to happen, I hate at the end of it when they say, let's dive right in. And they're like a minute and a half in, and they say, let's get right into it. But you can't get right into it. Because I've been watching for a minute. I've already skipped. I've already
I
double
see.
tapped my
Would
phone
you rather
6
they
times.
just don't say let's dive right in?
It's the specifically right in. It's in enough time.
But we
Or
haven't
no
got
time
right in.
wasting.
Yeah, I see
when you've
that.
just wasted my time for 2 minutes. Like, be honest. You've made an intro. That's fine.
Yeah.
Don't lie about it.
But would
Don't
you still
gaslight
be
me.
there if they didn't do the 1 minute intro?
It's a good question. It's a very
Because
good
going
point.
by the Ludwig 4 Ps,
Yeah, of
you
course.
need to get in your premise, you need to get in the plot, you need to know
Yes.
like what's going on in this video, the promise. Yeah, you need to get all of these
to
going
action.
on. So that's where that is going to be very useful for people within YouTube to be able to make sure that their content is the retention remains.
It's very fair. It's all very fair, and I'm not against YouTube intros, but it specifically is doing the intro and then saying, anyway, let's dive right in.
Yeah, like let's stop
liars.
wasting my time.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
making a video here. Why are you guys still?
Yeah, exactly. You know,
What have you been doing for the last minute? Let's go.
What are you still doing in the intro? Let's get the video.
You fucking idiot.
That's a funny way to do it, though.
yeah, true.
Why are you watching the intro? Like, come
That's
on, let's
very
move on.
specific. Like you watched one video and that happened.
No, it's a thing.
That's the thing.
It's
I
a
know
thing.
it is a
They're
thing. They
all
set
at
up
it.
the whole.
And it's
I
like-
don't like
you
when
know-
they
you know,
ruin
it's-
the video in the intro as well.
Like spoil, and then later on, I lose.
They show
and-
like the crescendo. Like
Yeah,
the moment,
fair.
and then
If it's like blurred and stuff, I'm kind of fine with that. Or like say it's somebody having a punishment, then you can't tell who the punishment is.
Yeah.
I think that's all right. But yeah, like if then they sort of show one of them eating the spicy chip, I'm like, It's not like I was like really invested in the story of this video, but the one piece of like plot that you've got going on, you've now ruined the only jeopardy that is going on. So now I know the answer for everything.
Well, it's like in the documentary I watched earlier, in the intro, it had him walking around naked in Hong Kong and being arrested in the first minute. I'm like, save that for minute 42. That's the big comedic punchline, you
but
know?
it might keep people watching.
That's true.
Wait
Yeah,
for
it's
It
for
will keep
attention.
people
It
watching.
basically
Yeah,
is for attention. I get all the
It's the
YouTube
Mr. Beast model of like showing kind
Oh,
of
the
video
Mr.
action.
Beastification of YouTube is.
We put 3 guys in a hotel room.
We made them record a podcast for 19 hours till they kissed. We could do
We could
it.
just do it now.
Okay.
For any audio listeners, we just kissed.
We did, it was hot.
We just kissed. Yeah, sorry guys. And also go fuck yourselves.
Anyone agree? Anyone ever noticed that? Anyone out there or
I've
in here?
noticed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like when it's too long or they throw like a, this video is sponsored by or something
Yeah.
before we even get into it.
I
as
don't
well.
mind like this video is sponsored by Rocket Money. More on that later.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Bang.
That's okay because that's
Yeah.
a nice deliverable. Get it in early.
Yep.
Rocket Money are happy. You get the bag.
Yep.
And then I've also got the YouTube. Like YouTube now auto skips like a most skipped thing,
Yeah.
which basically just means that YouTube will skip the ads for you.
Yeah.
That's quite nice. I don't know. I think it doesn't irk me a huge amount, but I also don't think that the selection of YouTubers that I have do that
What do
necessarily.
they do that irks you?
What do YouTubers
I've got
do?
one.
Yeah,
It's
for
like a
YouTube.
this is a real niche sort of thing. I've been
Love
watching
it.
like obviously everyone watches Sidemen videos.
Yeah.
Some of the new ones they've been doing, they have like they interview the so they got a video of trying to guess who the pro footballer is.
Yeah.
And as they're doing it, they cut to afterwards. Clearly, they're just sitting down. It's like Ethan or someone being
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
when he walked in, I didn't realize, it's like post thoughts.
Yeah.
That's
Like
so-
talking
that
heads,
is
yeah.
so- like talking heads, but you've already got the video just to like fill it out a little bit more.
I know what you mean.
And it's so I don't like it's so
Too fake?
like performative
Reality
rather than
TV.
just, rather
Yeah.
than just getting the live
Because
just,
also we filmed those. Like, have you
Yeah.
guys been on in shoots where you filmed like talking head bits?
I don't know if
probably.
I have.
You have.
To be honest, have I?
I don't
When?
know what I've done it, so you've probably done it.
I don't think it could have been from like an
But
esports
that
World
kind
Cup.
of thing,
Maybe
like, what were
separate
you
things.
thinking in this moment? And it's,
Yeah.
it's like, well, I'd rather just see your reaction live rather than cut me away from the content.
Yeah, I guess
Without
like it's
talking
trying to. I think
It
with a
does-
lot of YouTube, they're trying to make it look more television-y.
Yeah,
And I think Sidemen are very good with that.
I skip it like every like.
Do you skip
I
it,
just,
really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just can't stand it.
So it's like if they say, "I couldn't believe what I saw," you're like, "Skip."
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you seen their
It's-
Storage Wars videos?
No.
They do it in that as well. And I was going to
Okay.
say that I think adds a lot more. Because I know the guest of YouTube one you're on about.
Yeah.
Because they did that with
Yeah,
the guy who was oh my god, he was like a World Cup footballer. Forgot who it was.
kind of.
Yeah.
something.
Good video.
Jason the Ween.
It was not Jason the Ween. It was a World Cup
Is it
footballer.
Ludwig?
It could have been Jed Spencer himself. I don't know. They also did it with Lando Norris.
as well.
They do it with Lando.
There you go.
But yeah, they do it with like Storage Wars videos where they like go around and they buy different storage units and they try and sell the bits that are on there and then they move on. The main thing that I then see them doing those videos is those talking heads actually do work quite well because then they're saying it's like, okay, right, we'll need to make sure that we're bidding on this unit. We'll go up to like 300, but we basically want to drive their price up. Which obviously they're doing it afterwards.
Yeah.
There's no illusion they've quickly nipped out and done it.
Yeah.
But you buy
then
into it,
that
right?
adds into it for that kind of video. So there's places where it does work.
Yeah, to give it more context, rather
Yeah.
than just like my reaction. I can just see it. I'm looking at you.
Exactly,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Reality TV is so weird. Same with like wrestling and stuff like that. Like I've never watched wrestling in full, but I think the concept of it is cool. I remember saw an article
Yeah.
about wrestling where it was like in defense of wrestling because everyone takes a piss out of it, right? Because like, oh, these dumb Americans thinking it's real, and obviously
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
They know it's not real. In the same way we know like Hollyoaks isn't real, or we
Yeah.
know sort of like a TV show isn't real,
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
a book or whatever, or a series.
It's just
but you still
entertainment.
buy into it,
Yeah.
right? And the sort of
Or it's any movie.
the stuff that they put themselves physically through in wrestling
Yeah.
is
It's
incredible.
still insane.
Like they got about like broken necks,
Yeah.
shake it off, pussy, and jumping on nails again, right? And yeah, I think with the YouTube thing you're talking about, like it's not real.
Yeah.
And yet your suspension of disbelief is thus.
I can buy
you
in.
can buy into
As
it.
if you really
Yeah.
have- It's like if you watch like a horror film. I hate when, maybe this will go on a future episode, but maybe I'll use it as my one now. Well, I'll do that on, I'll do that on now. When
He's just spoiled the video in the intro.
Oh my God, hell of an intro.
Unofficially. Let's dive right in. Nice.
It's when people like, when they're watching a horror film, and with friends, and then they don't buy into it.
Yeah.
And then like then they're making
this
jokes
is
throughout,
pointing it out,
and they're like laughing about like stuff that's happening in there. And if it's like a lame film, you're all buying into it being lame. Fine, whatever. But if some people are scared, and there's Johnny Jokes in the corner, it's like just keeps like doing quips and being like, oh this, I'm like.
Just takes you out of it.
Yeah, like come on,
immerse into it.
Yeah, like buy into it. We can all be scared. It's fine. Like. So I think it's that kind of same thing of like you have to have the suspension of disbelief to enjoy any form of media.
I feel like those people are the same people that are the Foo Fighters concert.
Basically, yeah. I'm playing tennis in the mall.
This isn't. I'm not gonna be scared by this.
Exactly. I'm not scared. It's only a film. Like,
Yeah.
but the point of it is that you will be, or at least try to make you scared. So what would your exact gripe be?
YouTube intros that do the intro and then say, let's dive right into it. When the period for it's a grammatical thing. The period for diving right into it has been lost.
I'm happy with those YouTube intros, but I do agree if they're trying to say like, come on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Who the fuck do you think you are,
Okay.
Mr. Beast?
Okay. Ready to pull levers? All right.
Please.
3, 2, 1.
Pulling.
Oh, you don't mind
I'm
it?
happy.
I don't mind.
Really?
Yeah. I might just skip it. I will happily move on from that.
Yeah,
If I watch it, I'm not bothered.
Harsh lines today.
It is harsh lines
This is
today.
very harsh
It's
lines.
because you didn't touch your fucking lever.
I mean, it's a shiny lever. I don't want
You've not
to get
touched the lever
fingerprints
for
on it.
mine, so...
Let's not play that game, because that sort of ruins the whole fun of it.
Yeah.
That's very one guy watching a horror
Sorry, it's
film going,
CJ's
you know
turn.
that's CGI, right?
Shall I dive into
Of
my
you.
second
Please.
I love you.
pet peeve? Well, I feel if my first pet peeve that I provided you guys was about overseas friends, the second should be travel. That's how I get to you guys. And
Okay.
I feel like travel's a big part of what we talk about.
There's
because I do
a
travel
lot of what you do.
I travel a lot.
You
so
do a lot.
I do some pet. I probably have a lot of pet peeves that I can think about. That I'm just going to go for one that is a bit more, maybe not more specific, but I think one that really gripes me. And it's when you're at the gate and it's time to start boarding, and you're boarding in groups.
Yeah.
Right. Usually if it's an international flight, it's like first up, it's group one, like first in business class.
Yeah. Or like
And as
people
soon as-
like parents with like young kids or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's probably true as well. It's like get the wheelchairs.
If you're in
there
America,
first.
it's also veterans.
Yeah, there you
Veterans
go.
also
Get your
have
army-
early boarding.
Get your army vets in there. So as soon as it's like doo-doo, as soon as it's like doo-doo, time to start boarding. And there's just a wave of people that get up and go straight to the entrance, to the gate. And then there's a couple of times, been lucky enough to fly business or something, or if I'm with Qantas, I'm high status, so you get to get on quite a little bit earlier. You might be in group 2. So I'm up at group 2, ready to go. And I go up and I'm like you find your way into like a line. And I'm standing there like, okay, there's not much movement. I'm like, and then I tap the person in front like you. Oh no, it's not my group yet. So, well, why have you got up there? Why are you standing? Like you're blocking the entrance to board. Like,
The fact that they have that awareness as well.
As soon as it's like, all right, boarding time, boarding group 1 first.
Yeah.
Everyone else we'll do it in waves. And people, they're like, there might be group 9. And they're up at the front, and people have to wade through them.
Getting in the
to get
way
on.
is what annoys me.
It's so
Because
annoying.
I'm somebody who will stand at the gate, but like not in a place where I am confused for a queue.
But
Because
not
I
like
just-
the counter, basically,
No,
to go
God,
onto
no.
the...
Because
yeah.
I will just want to have my legs stretched as much as
Oh, yeah,
possible
that's
before
fine.
getting on the...
Standing
I'm
up
not
is
sitting
fine.
down before the flight where I'm sitting down.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
need to have my legs stretched. So,
Yeah.
so long as you're not including those who stand away...
No. It's the people that go to the front, but then
Yeah.
just are standing there so they can...
Do you think it's worse for someone to know that they're group 7 and be standing there anyway, or to not realise, get to the front?
I
and
think
go,
most know what group. They make it pretty obvious.
It's on there. It's on the
I
boarding
think it's
pass.
worse if someone knows. Because then they know that
That's
it's
what I
not
think
there.
too.
But also,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
we're boarding, like you said, pregnant ladies, disabled people,
Yeah.
first class and stuff, and someone's
Veterans,
like,
please.
veterans.
Veterans.
Oh, sorry, and vets. I'm like row 70. Like, okay, like, I don't know. Just it just absolutely, because then it just slows boarding down, and people are
It's
like,
just
trying to wade through.
annoying. Yeah. I think like on that, like, to broaden that topic, we spoke about this the other day again, like the fact that so many people's first day on Earth seems to be at an airport.
Oh, yeah.
And you see the amount of specimens at an airport who don't know what they're doing.
Just stop walking.
They
Turn
don't
around.
understand the social contract of I'm clearly in a flow going somewhere. Oh, And then you turn around immediately
Or
into
like
you.
everyone's walking down the left side. Like, actually, I'm going to go that way.
Walking backwards on the travelator. Do you know what I mean? Sprinting against it.
One thing that really annoys me along that same kind of vein is the when you're waiting at either security or baggage, and let's go with security first, where people, you've taken your bags off, whatever, you put it in the thing, and it all goes through the X-ray machine, you've done the weird scan, and then people unpack their stuff without moving their tray off the conveyor belt. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
If people are standing at the conveyor
Oh,
belt
I see.
and like putting their belt on, but then they're leaving their tray on as other trays are now coming down onto the thing, and they're putting their belt on, and then they're like, so putting their watch on. I'm like,
I've got a heap of those.
Fucking move your shit. Get out the way.
Well, like 50% of American airports, you take your shoes off. Others you don't. But if you don't take them off that one time, take them off.
Yeah, exactly. How do you? Yeah.
Oh,
But then people like re-shoeing without moving their conveyor belted
that's annoying.
goods. I can't, that is like the most egregious airport thing for me.
I had one moment,
hate
you know, when you empty your tub, and then sometimes they're like, please don't stack the tubs. Like, you know, there's a person there.
Yeah, yeah.
Other times they're like, can you take them and stuff? And there was just this one time I was like, oh, it said like, don't stack the tubs or something. So I just took my stuff out and walked across. And this lady was like, oh, and like pointed, it was like, you dick, not like leaving your tub. And I was like, what the?
Did you point at the side?
Yeah, I was like, well, they said don't touch them. And but it was like different language.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was.
I know, I reckon
That
she did
kind of
speak
stuff.
English.
Yeah.
And she didn't just thought, shit.
Yeah.
Me not comprende?
Oh, God.
You CJCJ? You famous?
I just feel like everyone in
She was the
airports
fan.
are more on a dick level. Like they're not their best people.
Yeah,
Which makes sense because you're traveling.
distracted, you're traveling, you might
You feel
be
like
tired.
cattle, to be fair.
stressed.
Yeah.
In an airport, I don't feel like I've got much agency, really. I don't feel like I've got much identity in an airport. I feel like it is my job as a sack of meat to go from point A to point B.
You do feel like
yeah,
But
you're,
at
you're
least do
flowed,
that.
you're swayed.
But I mean, you have to go with the flow. And
Yeah.
again, like I will also, and this is maybe the bad guy. I will then be obnoxious if then there's
Shock.
people waiting right in front of the security conveyor belty thing, and I see my stuff.
Yeah.
I will then go up to it and I'll just be like, excuse me, like I need to get to my bag that's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I will then take up the room that I need to pick up my stuff, turn around, and then move past all the people that are just standing there doing their thing, basically showing them, look what you can do to get into more
Tables
space.
behind us.
There's so much room behind us where no one's packing their shit up.
Yeah.
Then the same at baggage
Oh wow,
claim.
about to start it. The people
Go
that
on.
just stand at the entrance to baggage like this, watching, like leaning over.
They
How about
stand
you
in
stand
front of the
back
line.
until you see your suitcase, and then step up and grab your bag.
And then you then walk up and grab your bag, take it off, and then you can leave. But people standing in front of the like yellow line, right next to the baggage conveyor, and then they just get. And I'll do the same thing. I go to
Can
get my
you
bag.
move?
I'll then move past people,
Yeah.
and I'll then, if I have to like slightly like nudge people, I'm like, you're clearly in my fucking way. Are you as offended about this as me and CJ? You seem less irate.
I'm certainly less irate about
No,
it.
I'm
I
just-
think
it
that
just
my
pissed me the fuck
my
off.
brain switches off. I find it almost a little bit entertaining when I'm in an airport and just watching the different flows and clogs of human traffic. It's like there's not a lot else to do in an airport. So if I'm watching a giant subtly
And
muscle
I will be a
past,
dick.
subtly
Yeah, of course I
muscle
will.
past
Yeah, that's fair
7
enough.
fat Americans
Yeah.
and a small Spanish lady to get his
So
suitcase.
like, it's my bag. You're in my way. Fuck off. You can go over there.
That's my reality TV. That's what I do
Yeah.
instead of watching YouTube videos.
So you're saying you would do it on purpose to annoy us?
No. I'm not saying I do it. I'm saying that I guess like my people watching switch
you
flicks
switch
it
it
on
on.
when I'm in an airport. You know what I mean? Because things like boarding an airplane, it's a terrible design anyway, and that comes from the very top. They have solved airplane boarding. I don't know the mathematics of it, but you know they've got like business and first class first, then later on the plane. There's other ways like left and then right, or A,
saw
B,
a video.
B,
It could
B,
definitely
things
be
like that.
better.
There's different
I
ways
think
to do
like
it.
a window to inside was the best way to
The left to
board.
right of the
There was
plane.
But
some
also
sort of
then
thing,
there's
yeah.
like back to front. Because then everybody walks down as far as they can, and then they'll then gradually fill it up, but then nobody's in the next person's way. Which is then also helped by having like rear boarding and front boarding.
So the fact that it's all not as efficient as it can be anyway, and I think
And
that
there's
like
fucking morons in public.
there is exactly there are, and you get to see people and think, how can you possibly think that?
I think
I'll tell you
that
what
so
did.
frequently.
Tell you what did really irk me at an airport recently.
Okay.
It was when
the angriest I get is when driving or at an airport.
okay,
Those are my
driving. Do you get
two.
road rage?
If some people are just stupid.
No, I
I
just
got a
think.
lot of those too.
Oh, yeah. Thank
Again,
you.
I almost sort of see it. I guess I'm not a shit driver, so I've never crashed. It's probably the
Interesting.
difference.
Yeah, I've written off one car.
Just one. But yeah, what annoyed me at an airport was I was at like one of the cheaper airlines, like EasyJet, I can't remember which, and they open for like 1 hour every 4 hours to sort of check in. So you got to wait around. There's loads of us waiting around. Like, are you in the queue? Are you not? People are hovering. No one really knew what to do. There was no correct answer. So I was in a place and I was thinking, I'm in an awkward central place, but there's nowhere to be, right? There's no seats nearby. This is before you get on the plane, before you check your suitcase and stuff. And a couple of people are sort of milling about, like airport staff. And the guy comes over and he clearly speaks a tiny bit in England. He clearly speaks a tiny bit of English. And he sort of goes to a guy like, and points like, EasyJet? And the guy at the airport worker just goes, I don't know. And just walks off. And I just thought, you twat. It would have been so easy
to just look.
Yeah, exactly. Because he wasn't saying it's like EasyJet. He's saying, am I in the right place for you? You know what I mean? You can gain the extra context that he meant. And this airport worker, who probably, I don't know, has to answer the same question 20 times a day. I get that. No. And I also get that with the people who do like the security, right? If everyone says, do I need a belt? And it says belt. I can see why people would be. Yes, if you're answering that same question 30 times.
But different airports do have different rules now.
That's
like
true.
With the bag scanning.
Yeah. And most of them I've spoken to have been really friendly, right? But I could see why if someone ever was like, yes, I could get why if I'm on the other side. But this guy was such a twat. And it's like, the other guy coming through, he might have just been passing through England. He might then go back to Spain or wherever and be like, oh, English people are rude. English people are bastards. And it's like, I can deny it. And I wish that I spoke a bit of Spanish so I could have been, my dream was like, if this was a Hollywood film, I'd go up to him.
If you were a YouTube guy.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Emplienta. Do you know what I mean? And just answer his question. How cool would that have been? But sadly, Emplienta is absolute nonsense.
He could have just said,
anything.
like, see?
You could have said see.
You could have nailed that. Point to EasyJet and go,
EasyJet. It's EasyJet. That made me angry.
Speak Spanish. You could have just been like, yeah.
I think I gave him like half a little thumb up, but like he clearly had more context that he needed. But that bugged me. The rudeness of that particular staff member representing England in some way.
So what are we calling this? Kind of just like people unaware of
people's first day on Earth.
People's first day on Earth at an airport. Yeah.
I think so. I'm trying to think of anything else that really irks me at an airport. I don't think so, because I give a lot of credit and space to people with kids at airports or shopping or in a stressful situation. If people have kids, they can get away with so much more.
In saying that, it does annoy me when like you're taking your kids to Europe or something from Australia and they're like 3 and 5 or something.
They don't need to go.
But it's just the most annoying flight, and you're like, is this necessary?
Yeah, like realistically, you could just go like 10 hours up the road.
Yeah, that does annoy me sometimes. But I'm with you as well.
Like, I don't think they should see their dying grandma either. Their dying Italian grandma can fuck off. Die alone, bitch.
Anyways.
She's riddled.
Normal grandma, she's gone by the time we get there. Like,
she remember
48-hour flight.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was going to say she'll remember it for the 20 minutes that they're there. Then as soon as they're gone.
Yeah, she won't remember it.
Timothy, is that you?
Like, if there's a child crying on like a plane, I don't care. I think that's one of my where I get annoyed at very silly things. If that happens, I don't get annoyed at that at all. Because I'm thinking you can't control it.
Yeah.
Even if you take your child somewhere else on this plane, we're all trapped in this tube together, and that child's now annoying somebody else. I'll always give like the parent like a smile, like a nod, just like a. Yeah. You cannot.
On the way here, there was a baby that was like, it sounded like it was on fire. It wasn't just crying like a baby that wanted milk or whatever. It was going. I thought I was a bit worried. Like, is this child like in agony? Yeah. And the parents were like, oh, no, it's okay. So apparently not. I guess it's just normal cry.
Probably like ears hurting.
But it's like before we flew, we were stuck on the tarmac for about an hour. So it was during that. Yeah, it was. Probably thought like. I thought we were going to be in the air. It's not working. Yeah. The plane's broken. That's what the baby was trying to get across. But yeah, I felt so sorry for those parents because obviously everyone knows. Everyone's trying not to stare. I was trying not to. I had headphones on. I could hear it through my noise-cancelling headphones. And I thought, you poor parents. And they're stressful. Like, it's okay.
I just feel bad for them. Like, what is it going to help where like a person is then like, I'm now annoyed at your child? Yeah, it's like, well, that doesn't help.
Shut that baby up.
There was just get noise-cancelling headphones as well.
True, that's true. Yeah, just lock. Yeah. I on the way. I don't know where I was going to, but there was a quick connecting flight that somebody had to get on my plane.
Okay.
And it was a woman with a baby, and the baby was in like a really bad way, and it was like crying loads. We just landed, and some people were saying like, "Oh, like let her through. Like let's just get her off the plane." People were annoyed at the baby, whatever. Let's get her off the plane, and then she's happy. Everyone's in a better place. And there was this guy who just stood in front of him. I've got a connection as well. Going to let me through? And then everyone's like. Not really. Like, can we just sort her out? Because
you gotta laugh at that.
I was so angry at him because I'm like, because you've got this baby is crying so much. she was clearly so stressed. She was blessed her. She was like, going, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
How can I make this better?
Yeah, there were other women just around like trying to help her out. It's like, should we grab your bags and whatever? Like everyone, I thought it was such like a lovely moment, ruined by this one man.
Where was he from?
Gonna let me through as well then, England. And I was like, you're gonna let me through?
Classic.
And I was just like, what? It's not really as important, really. Like, yes, if you have a connection, I appreciate that's also stressful.
Yeah.
But let's deal with one thing at a time.
Yeah, people that get up straight away, grab their bags, and then start moving instead of like.
It's the ones that stand there. Like I prefer sitting standing. I'm different to you. So in the
I will
lounge.
stand up immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, that's NPC behaviour.
Because my legs, genuinely, because my legs and my back are hurting.
Yeah.
And I need to stand up.
Fair enough.
I appreciate then I join the crowd of the sheep who are standing up. But I'm like, my legs will be in pain in some extent. And so I just need to stretch them.
That's fair.
Live through the pain, mate.
I feel equally, you look at me and you think, he's not built for stuff. He's not built for this
Not for humanity.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going people's first day on Earth at an airport.
Objectively,
traveling,
Traveling
in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lever. 3, 2, 1.
Go on, get him down, figure it out.
Thing.
Okay.
But you can reframe your mind to be like, oh, look at him, he doesn't know where he's going at all.
I
There
see,
is a way
you
to
can make it
reframe
entertaining for yourself.
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do.
Maybe, but to an extent.
To an extent, there's just so much.
There are also, like you said, there's funny times where I look at someone and I'm baffled.
How do you think
I'm
that?
like, how on earth is that the conclusion you came to?
How are you alive as
Yeah.
well? Yeah, how are you functioning?
I can't use my notes app to see what's going on because we're recording on my phone, but I'll go for one that I can sort of remember.
Okay, perfect.
When people are driving and they circumvent the rules of the road in an effort to be nice.
They give way when they shouldn't give way. Yeah.
So when the rules of the road, obviously, you need to follow them. The whole thing when you learn to drive is be predictable. Just be as predictable as you can be, and then that will solve 99% of problems. When somebody is like flashes to let you through in some way that then fucks up other drivers another way because they weren't expecting this person to stop, and they let you through the other way on a give way when it's not their, it's not your way to come through, or in other circumstances, that really annoys me. I will be stubborn, and I'm like, I get that you are doing a nice thing for me right now.
People behind you won't expect it.
But the
pedestrians
rules
won't
of the
expect
road
it.
You should come through. You should keep coming, and then eventually somebody will need to turn off. Someone will need to stop. Someone needs to do that, and I can then get through.
I'd say on the other side of that, well, actually, maybe not on the other side. When when you're trying to cross a road and it's not very busy at all, there's one car, but they stop to go like, go on.
Yeah.
Just drive.
I agree. If you go, they'll go straight away after.
I have to like sort of scurry across.
And I have to thank you.
And thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's honestly a power move.
It is a little bit. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Normally, like,
go on then. I've saved your life.
Whatever gives the best flow, because it's not like a case of like if you're on like a main road and there's someone indicating to join your lane or whatever. If I'm then and I see them, I'm like, I love being the good guy in that situation where then I will then slow down, I'll keep driving, and then I'll give them a couple of flashes, and then they then join, and then that's one car coming in, that then alleviates traffic on that road, and then everyone can keep flowing nicely. That's good. That's fine, because you're basically maintaining the best amount of flow. It's when somebody then fucks with the flow to be the good guy, and that then ruins it for then other people, because then you then become completely unpredictable.
That's fair. I made a bit of a driving faux pas myself recently. I made a couple actually recently.
Interesting.
None of which had any sort of issues at the end of it. But the first one, I was driving back from Cambridge, where there's a lot of there's a street just outside the Cambridge station where it's one car wide with little places to sort of tuck in.
Yeah.
And I believe one way has priority, and a sign saying that. I was behind a taxi, and a taxi pulled in and was indicating left, and I thought that it was stopping to either pick someone up or let someone go. So then I just sort of carefully went round it.
My turn.
And as I went round it, I realised that another car then had to tuck into one of the things. He was going to wait to him. So I had to be like, sorry, I didn't mean that. Yeah. So I just thought, all right, I'll have.
Oh, that's awful.
So that was one of them.
That's embarrassing.
The other one was when I was on the way to the
deep
airport. And I was overtaking a car about 72, right? On the fast lane, and as I was overtaking it, so I wasn't speeding to overtake it, but I was, but within the realm of normality. And as I was behind it, there was a non-marked police car with its lights on, and I don't know if I went in front of it or if it turned itself on behind me. So then I was like, oh damn! Somehow I've ended up in front of this thing. So I was like, what can I do? I can't slow down because it's behind me. Now to block me slowing down. So I thought, okay, I'll speed
up and get in
to
the
about
gap.
83,
Yeah.
and then immediately went to the left,
Yeah.
right? And I thought that's in that 1 second
That
I
is
had
the
to
best thing,
decide it.
yeah.
I figured that was
I
the
would have
best
done the
thing.
If
exact
a cop
same
takes you
Okay.
for speeding, then he's a
Exactly,
dick.
exactly.
I'm like, look, I got out your way.
Well,
yeah.
so I did that. I went forward, and this is like 3 lanes, I think, maybe even 4. It's like a really wide motorway. And then the car that had its light on, it then went, after it went forward, it then went into the left alongside me with its lights still on. And I was thinking, what? And then
Oh,
for
were
my
you
first
getting
thought, was he
pulled over?
flashing me?
Yeah.
Like, am I being
Yeah,
pulled
you're
over?
getting pulled over.
So I sort of look at him to like, me? Like that? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've done anything wrong, but if I get pulled over, I'll get pulled over, obviously.
Yeah.
And then they come to my left, and then he sort of, I can't remember what he did. He did some sort of gesture. The passenger in that car. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. I think it was more like a, and I was like, what have I done?
Slow
As I'm
down.
going at sort of
Oh,
68, still,
really?
I'm like, what have I done? And then he just drove off.
Because maybe from his perspective,
You were
you've gone.
I think that's what he thought
Yeah.
I'd
It's
done.
like, fucking hell, mate.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Wow, he gave you a little, I'm not going to book you.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think that's what he did.
Yeah.
So for the rest of it, I was like driving 68. Like, I'm a good
That's
driver.
funny.
Look
Wow.
in every mirror.
I have a driving one as well. That I was going to bring up as one of my peeves, and it's right. Do you guys drive on the left or the right?
We drive on the
Left.
left.
So you're overtaking lanes on the right.
correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So I call them right lane bandits, and people that just sit in the overtaking lane,
Yeah.
not overtaking, probably not even going fast.
yeah.
No.
They're
Yeah.
just they think it's safer
They
or
just
something.
hover there.
And
it's
then
less thinking.
and then you feel like a dick if you have to overtake up the inside because they won't get over, or you pull out behind them going, "Oh, just pull it," and they
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
want to get back in. They are just stealing my happiness.
I
in the
love
right lane.
doing that to people. People that hog the middle lane, and like, because I drove up and down, or back when me and Anna were long distance, I used to go up and down the M6. Shout out M6 heads in chat.
Shout out M6.
And
motorway.
it's Britain's greatest motorway. It's incredible. And so it goes from the A14 near
He probably
Cambridge
has
up
loads
to
of
Glasgow.
details about it.
Mental.
Okay.
Motorways are.
Loves motorways.
We'll get
off
into
camera
it
He's
later
like that
on.
train guy or
Yeah.
something.
Yes,
just
he is.
loves
I love
them.
motorways. They're
nice.
awesome.
Okay.
I made the mistake of asking about a motor on the podcast once. For the next 20 minutes, I was like trying to make jokes. He's like, no, but seriously, Ken. Wow.
So, shout out Auto Shenanigans on YouTube. Very good motorway channel. There's
Right, read a book.
there was a guy like chilling if they're in the middle lane, and it'd be like 7 p.m. So it's not particularly busy, 8 p.m. whatever. And I like being the good driver and being like, I overtake a lorry, I go back into the outside lane,
Only
and then
be
I'd be
the
like,
overtaking lane
yeah,
and overtaking.
and I've got cruise control on, so I was like, yeah, cool, I'm now approaching you. Cool. We go out, we go back in again. And then if I'm then in one of those lanes, I love going like from behind them and say there's like, no room to go wherever, like if they're on like the outside lane or inside lane rather, I'll then get right behind them. And if they then don't move out my way and I give them a flash and they don't move, I love just going on the inside, or like just going on their inside and then just going at still my normal speed, still at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, cruising
And
past
just
them.
cruise past them slowly. Just don't even look at them.
Yeah.
It's like, I know, that you're being a fucking idiot
Yeah,
right
make
now.
him feel
and
it.
then
Hopefully they
seeing them indicate and then
And then
move
go,
in. And I'm
oh,
like,
okay.
Nice.
you fucking know.
Because it's not undertaking if you go at the speed limit, I believe.
I think it is still undertaking.
I don't think it is. I've seen this exact debate on Reddit, on
Yeah.
the UK driving subreddit, of whether or not, and people have said, according to the, what's it called, the driving guide, the rules
Highway
of the
code?
Highway code, yeah. According
Yeah.
to the highway code, technically it isn't, but it is because of rule 17.6b. It's like
Yeah.
a hotly contested thing of, if you are just going at your normal speed, is it undertaking? To give an extreme example, if there's sort of traffic and one lane moves, it's not undertaking if you're going 15 miles per hour
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
one to your right isn't moving. So then if you scale that
Well,
up,
undertaking is the concept of then rejoining the same lane of which the car
Yes.
is over or under you've taken, whatever.
yeah, if you wiggle
But if
forward,
you stay in your own lane.
Yeah,
and go
yeah. If you then
past.
go,
Yeah, exactly.
If you go into the slower lane
So
and
it's
then
a-
still go past them, you're fine.
Yeah.
my
basically.
understanding is it's a grey area, basically.
I think
I'm for
morally
it.
you're incredibly correct.
I agree.
To
I
just
agree
be
with
like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're driving so stupidly by driving this lane. And something on this topic, which one that is in my notes, is when people are like emerging on a slip road onto a motorway, and they, even if there's no cars around, they wait until the last second to basically be forced onto the
the road.
motorway. And,
on the
instead
slip road,
of just
yeah.
getting onto the
Oh, I've got a
motorway
gap,
as
go.
soon as they
Yeah.
can,
Yeah.
like not like being like, oh my god, I've got a gap, go, like whatever. Just I can join, lovely.
Yeah.
If people then just literally wait until the road marking forces them to join the main road, I'm like, Why are you making this harder for yourself?
Yeah,
what are
I
you
see.
doing? You're like slowing down the
Gotta use
traffic
the
on the
runway.
main carriageway.
But also, I get annoyed that people that panic when they have way more of a slip lane to get in. Do you know what I mean? They're like, oh my God, I have to get in. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. It's like, mate, you have another like kilometre of this slip lane. Like, relax.
Or like if there's a few near me where like the slip road then just makes it from a 2-lane into a 3-lane.
Yeah.
And obviously the sign says this because it doesn't say that you're merging.
see, yeah.
It says that the lane goes like that and then it makes it from a 2 into a 3 up here.
Yeah.
And then people then will rush to then get onto the 2 because they assume that this road is then ending because it's a slip road. And every time I'm like, just look at the sign.
Yeah.
Like the sign says.
Just read.
Yeah, just read the sign because the sign tells you that it's not that. It's not that situation.
If everybody misses it, it's bad design. The sign should be bigger, the sign should be moved, the sign should be different. If you're noticing large numbers of individuals that are missing something, even if they're quote-unquote the idiots, then I would say the problem lies with the road design. Hashtag just saying.
I disagree with that completely.
I mean, I've not seen it. I need to see it.
It is an obvious piece of road where
And
there
yet-
are multiple signs coming up.
Right, but you say it's obvious, but clearly most people don't think it's obvious.
I
when
think
they're
because
actually
people
driving.
don't pay attention. I think that's the issue. I do not think it's the
It's
fault
a
of road
fine line.
designers.
Well, I think it's I think that road designers should take into account that people won't.
And I think they do, and I think they have on our
maybe
very,
they-
very well signaged motorways in
I'd
the
have to have a
UK.
look. I'd have to have a look. However, I'm a general believer that if lots of people make the same mistake, even if they're in the wrong, you then tweak the thing to help them not make that.
So you just
mistake.
have like a bigger sign.
I don't know. I've not seen it.
It's not the sign's fault.
You just hire someone to stand there. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
This keeps going. You're
not
fine.
merging.
You're fine.
Spin an arrow. But that's a debate that we've had many times about various different things.
Yeah.
I'm
I
a
don't
firm
want my
believer.
handheld all the time.
And yet, someone will crash into you and you'll die.
Maybe.
And you'll be like, well, I'll die on my handheld. Woo.
It's been a very travel-focused sort of
It
episode.
has.
hasn't
Well,
it?
the fact that
I've
we're in
got-
Paris.
It makes sense.
It suits that, yeah.
I've got one more, and we're
Go
sort
on,
of
last one.
sticking. Yeah, we're sticking.
Well, we
to
didn't
the...
do the road one, did we?
Oh, we didn't. You're right.
Oh,
we didn't do
yeah.
the zoom. What was the actual thing?
Was it me?
It was you.
I can't remember. What did you say?
It's when people break the rules of the road and they fuck with the flow because they think they're trying to be the good guy.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Get to four. Get to four.
Follow the rules. Be
Get in there.
predictable. Be predictable.
All right, Cole, make it quick because I do have to go to work as well.
Okay, cool.
And
That's fine.
even though this is actually what we're here for. You have to
true,
do that
yeah.
other boring thing as well.
my final one. We've done
Yeah.
all the classics. We've done travel. We've done driving, and now I'm going to do the gym.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot
Oh,
of people
yeah,
have lots of
Jimothy.
things that
Yeah.
bug them
Suits
at
us,
the gym.
good.
My one is more of a cardio guy. Okay,
Okay.
it's a bit more specific for me because I want to split the room as always.
Okay.
At my gym, there are 2 treadmills on the left side, 3 treadmills on the right side, right? And
Okay.
3 on the right side, and some of them are modern and new, and you can
Yeah.
sprint on them, and it's quite smooth.
Mhm.
Other ones are old, and if you go over like 12 kilometers per hour, the whole gym is because they're sort of rickety and shit,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
It's fine if people want the nice new ones, that's cool. But what bugs me is when people go on the newer equipment that doesn't need to be sort of more solid if you go quickly, and they walk. They walk on the good treadmills, and next to them there's the shit treadmills with like the thing peeling off,
Yeah.
and like the buttons that you got to hold down, and they're going at like 4 kilometers per hour. That enrages me.
I don't like walking at the gym anyway.
I think walking at the gym is crazy.
I think it's, you've
running
got
makes
the
sense.
world to do that in.
Yeah.
You can go outdoors and do
Especially people that are like only in there quick, like 40 minutes, and 10
Yeah.
minutes is walking. Like, and you're just going to
Yeah.
pick that 10 minutes up anywhere
Well,
else in your
that.
day.
If you like cardio, but like you've got bad joints, then do some rowing or something.
Or the cross trainer.
like do a cross trainer. That's
Yeah.
what I did when my knees were awful.
Yeah, yeah.
I did the
steps,
cross
the steppers.
where like kind of moves with you.
That's a cross trainer, yeah.
Oh,
Is that
you're
a cross
a cross
trainer?
trainer,
Yeah.
yeah.
I did
Elliptical,
that because
whatever
it
you
just
call it.
meant that my
Yeah.
limbs were better. But just do that instead if your limbs are shit. I don't get walking.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. So
Formative.
But to your point, I don't think that's. I get why you're angry because
Yeah.
you're like, but I'm going for a run.
Well,
and I
exactly,
want to
because also it means that if I go on the loud one, everyone's going to fucking know it.
yeah.
I
And
don't
I'm
think
quite a
that,
quick
for the
runner.
record, I don't think that fucking matters.
But I just
I
think
think if you're
It
at
does
the
in my
gym,
head. It does in
no,
my head.
and you want to go for a walk, you're like, oh, nice treadmill, I'll go on that.
Yeah.
Like, you're not thinking, oh, I better save this for a guy who's going to be pounding the pavement a bit more than me.
Yeah. I think because, I guess contextually, do you
I
know
would
that
think
these people chosen those ones, or were all the old ones taken? For
It can
example,
happen. It can happen.
Yeah.
Where it's like sometimes you get left to knock when you park over the line, and people
Yeah.
think he's a wanker, but actually because the other cars were,
Yeah,
then they
yeah.
go. Yeah, so I get that concept. But there's been times where I've seen people go, "Oh, this one's shiny."
I would also definitely just go for that one.
Shiny.
And as a person would, if I was a walker, I'd be like, oh, there's a thing there. I'm going to go for there's shit ones there. There's nice ones here. I'm not then thinking, well, if Running Ronnie comes along, I want to make sure that his treadmill's all nice and
I
free for
think
him.
that's-
And so therefore, I'm going to go on the horrible one, so I'm going to sacrifice myself for big running.
But that's my point, that it's not a sacrifice. The slower one, the chunkier one, the dodgy one isn't a sacrifice if you're walking. It's only a sacrifice if you're running.
But
anything
there might be
over
like
about-
nice buttons they can press.
Yeah.
There might be a nice screen they can use.
Exactly.
Don't do this to me.
They might be able to watch
thoughtless.
TV on the new one.
Coco, I think they're paid the same amount to be at the same gym as you, mate.
Yeah, but we could have it so that we're both on it. We're both happy. They're loving life. They're walking.
No, because that one's dodgy.
They're fat as fuck. Good
That's
for them,
dodgy.
you know,
They might
everyone's
need
good
the
for
better one because they're fat.
Exactly.
Why does that mean they're the better one?
You're very light. You might be fine on the light
Yeah.
one.
I've got a bit of- got a bit of flub.
You're not really pounding the pavement though.
No, that's true.
So maybe they do need it.
Because then also, bear in mind, there'll be Mo Farah comes in, and he then
I agree.
sees
I've had this exact
Fat
thought.
Ginger Coco
Yeah.
on the nice one,
I
and he
agree.
thinks, fucking hell, why can't you go on the slow one?
I would yield. If Mo
Chunko.
Farah walked in, I would go,
Yield to
sir.
Big Farah.
Sir, this one goes to you. And then I go to the
red handle.
I go to the shit one, genuinely. If Mo walks in, but I've seen people running, and I'm like,
We're doing a boxing session.
for context, I'm not like a 15-minute 5K. When I'm in my best shape, I'm like a 20-minute. Right now, I'd be like a 24-minute 5K. By no means do I think I'm
But you
like
still move.
world
That's
still
record,
good, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then, you've got to have some awareness of the levels. It's okay, put it into weights perspective. I know that most weightlifters will use free weights, but say there's two machines. One that only goes up to
I see,
100
yeah,
units,
yeah.
one that goes up to 30. If I'm going to use 20 units, I'd go on that one. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
go on the 100.
I think it's different running though, because as I said, like the
It's less clear.
They
I
also,
agree.
they also fulfilled the same purpose. Your one has got ultimately different limits, is what you're saying about the weightlifting. Is that like,
it's blurry
can
limits
I
as well.
can I do my work? Can you do your faster workout on the old one and the new one? Yes. Can a person lift 100 kg on one that goes up to 30 kg and one that goes up to 100? No. So that doesn't quite line up.
It doesn't quite, but you see my point of
I
like,
get your
if I'm
point.
doing less, I'd go on the one that suits
Can you
that.
still do the workout with the equipment that has been left for you?
Can, but
Yes.
it's chugging.
I'm glad we
Everyone
finished with
can
this
hear
one
it.
because I think that this one isn't going to. We're not
think-
pulling any levers right here.
I
think we
I
might
would
have turned you.
sacrifice mosh
I don't
pits.
know if you're even pulling the lever
I
on
would
this.
sacrifice mosh pits for this. Come on, play the game.
I'm ready to do the lever. Are you
Mosh
ready?
pits.
Ready
So,
to
is
do
it
it.
mosh pits again first?
No. Go with yours.
So mosh pits.
Okay, yeah, mosh pits first.
Whoa.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so
We're
putting
doing
on mosh. Yeah, so we'll rerun
Okay,
mosh
okay.
No,
pits.
no, you do my treadmill and I'll do mosh pit at the same time. Ready?
Well, no.
Test of faith, test of faith.
No, we'll redo the mosh pit, surely.
Okay, mosh pits.
So this is just for mosh pits.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Pull for mosh pits.
Okay. What?
Why you didn't pull for mosh pits?
I thought-
No, because I don't trust you. I don't trust you as far as I can throw you. That's what I'm saying. We'll do it at the
I was
same
gonna
time.
trust-
Do your one first.
Well, no,
want to.
because he's not going to do
Do
the
my
treadmill one
treadmill.
because that was stupid for me. The
Why is it
treadmill.
stupid? Why are you
No,
so
Okay,
rude?
3, 2, 1. Pull for treadmill. Fuck you.
No, you didn't really even.
Yours is.
I did.
No.
Yours a horror one.
That's a great one.
GG's.
I wonder if anybody disagrees with what we came to the conclusion for.
I'm sure they will.
Let us know if you made it this far. You probably fucking enjoyed it. So make sure
Better.
that you give us a subscribe. You give us a follow on your respective platforms. You follow us on all the social media. CJCJ is like Rocket League talent. And
Would love to be on again for a third time if you.
up.
3 more episodes time when you get through the other 2 friends. I'm happy to come back on.
We actually are having John down for an episode. Probably tomorrow. But it'll come out in a couple of weeks. Thank you all. Subscribe, all that stuff. See you later.
Peace.